Hey, welcome back. Just a real quick video then on the situation with XRP. So XRP's been pumping, it's been doing really well. Almost certainly a lot of this has got to do with the Swell Conference that's coming up, which is one of those non-events. I'm not slagging off XRP, trust me. Like I say, XRP made me tons of money back in the olden days. It's always got a place in my heart, but you know, I'm just very wary of it. You know, it's been such an underperformer, but at the moment it's certainly not been an underperformer. Since it dropped all the way down to 21 cent, it's basically been picked up by, well, hodlers, traders, everybody picked it up at that price. You know, that was like the Black Friday sales on XRP that day, and that has definitely shown, because since then it's basically been going up constantly since that point. Now the Swell Conference, I'm not looking to expect too much. I mean, whether, you know, something is said at the Swell Conference or not, I don't care. It's one of those events, you know, like the Litecoin Harbin Event. Okay, so I'm trying to put this in context. The last time XRP pumped as a result of the Swell Conference was coincidentally right at the end of extremely bullish parabolic run on the crypto market across the board, right? So you could say that the Swell Conference had something to do with it. It definitely did. XRP was one of those coins that was just like, it grabbed people's attention at the time, and it was cheap, and the retail investors just poured their money in it, me included. You know, I you know, like I say, I did really well out of it. But I don't expect to see anything quite the same as that this time. It's one of those. It's like I say. Look at the Harbin event with Litecoin, for instance. Now, Litecoin previous halving, I think it went up 400%, which is like unbelievable for anything to go up 400% as a result of one single event. This time round, what happened? The Harbin event had been priced in at the beginning of the year. That's why you saw Litecoin as like the front runner to made all the big moves, made the biggest moves, I think, about all those major coins, eclipsing Bitcoin. Everybody just left them all behind. Just went straight up, massive gains. And then when the Harbin event came round, we had one sort of reasonable candle, maybe about 10%, and it went straight back down, and it's been going down ever since. Now, like I hold a bag of XRP, just a modest bag, you know, just a little bit. In fact, it's not really a bag, it's just I trade with it on Bybit, and I don't have great expectations for this Swell Conference. What I would say though is it wouldn't surprise me if we saw a doubling in the price from where we are now. So it is entirely possible that XRP could pump up to 60 cent or more, followed by a complete retracement, given the state of the market at the moment. Now, one thing I would say is that the market is down, and it's looking like it wants to come down even more because Bitcoin wants to come down even more. If you want to see more videos, I've done quite relatively detailed analysis on Bitcoin. If you want to watch my video of earlier, and I generally make videos every day, but I'm looking for it to come down, and I've been saying this for a few months now on my channel, so you can have a look at all my videos. I've been saying it's looking like it wants to come down to around about 6,600 before a possible reverse, but then at the same time that could trigger an even deeper correction with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we all know, dictates the market, and I know that that XRP is one of the few coins that is not as correlated with Bitcoin as others. So I know that I definitely know that. So you can say, well, Bitcoin can go down and XRP could go up. That could happen. But the likelihood is, if Bitcoin goes down by another $1,500 or more, the market will come down with it, and the market dictates everything, you know. and XRP can't escape, you know, the lack of money coming into the market. It might have more money from other type of investors, but it still can't escape a market collapse, which is kind of what that would do, or what it might trigger. So there's a chance that Bitcoin will collapse within the next couple of weeks, leading us up to the beginning of November, and at that point we'll be basically a week away from the Swell Conference, and that would probably be the best time to pick up XRP. Now at the moment this chart looks great. Okay, so the chart to me looks like it wants to go up to 4,000 satoshis or 4,200 satoshis. If you're looking at it on Tether, we look like we could easily achieve 31.4 cent, possibly even 32, close to 33 cent without the Swell Conference, just from the way that the chart looks at the moment. But when we reach these areas, we're likely to have pullbacks, and you know that's fine, that's normal, that's generally what you would expect when it touches these guys, at least these moving averages here. That's fine. But then all eyes are on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin looks, like I say, it's looking weak. I bought along on this because I was expecting a bit more, a bit more of a move. You know, this is how dire it is. We've got this. I'd never really put this in. I just realised that we're so low that I'm splitting hairs here to try and find supports. And through the entire time of Bitcoin's history, it's never ever been this line, this 242 moving average has never been broken in a bull market. Now we've tested it once here and we had a significant bounce from it. We tested it yesterday and we tested it again today, and we're not really finding any kind of bounce here, so it's looking extremely weak. And I can tell you now, if this one breaks, if we have a candle body closed beneath here and a candle body open beneath here, then that's going to start. That's the trigger. That is going to start this collapsing and falling down faster than you can think. Actually, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and that also, like I say, is going to take the market with it. So you could be brave and you can hold it out. Me personally, you know, like I say, I've got my bag. I've got relatively high leverage on it, and I'm looking to sell at this first opportunity at 31 cent. Obviously, that's sell on Bybit. So I'll still have a massive bag of XRP. I won't be selling them. But I will be looking to capitalise on both the big downtrend, the pullback that we'll have from these areas, but also the buyback after the Bitcoin collapsing event. Because if there is a coin that's going to pump at a collapse after a collapse, it's going to be XRP, for that simple reason. It's the market is going to collapse before the Swell event, and the buybacks will begin before the Swell event, probably about a week or so before, and then after the Swell event, I'll be shorting it again, you know. But I do believe that the market will pick up again before the year is out, but it'll be, like I say, it'll be just building itself back up again from that point. Everything looks extremely bearish, so you can't really escape that. And until there's long-term signs of, and I mean long-term signs of continuation to the bullish trend that we saw earlier on this year, I'd be very careful about FOMOing into a Swell event. Like I say, take your profits at these levels here. Well, I'm not a financial advisor, so this isn't financial advice, but I'm going to be taking my profits at these levels here. I'll be shorting it at that point. Not immediately, but alongside the Bitcoin shorts that I'll have on. And then I will be buying it back with pretty high leverage. Might even be 10%, 10x leverage, or more maybe. I'll start off with a 10x. Leading up to that Swell event, and then maybe the day before the Swell event, I'll probably just sell it out of safety. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice evening and take it easy.